Welcome to Franchise Legends, the podcast where we spotlight the innovators and leaders shaping the world of franchising. I'm your host, Della Croft, and today we're diving into the world of franchise development with none other than Jennifer Wiedemann, Franchise Development Director at Blue Moon Estate Sales. From growing franchise networks to creating unforgettable client experiences, Jennifer has a unique perspective on building a brand that's as inspiring as it is profitable. Get ready for actionable insights, behind the scenes stories, and expert advice that every franchise owner and aspirant will love. Let's get started. Jennifer, can you tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to the franchise world?
So I've been in franchising for about 10 years now. Going into franchising was definitely unexpected. I wasn't looking to come into this industry, but definitely a happy accident did happen here. I originally started working with a tutoring franchise in company operations, then going into franchise operations, supporting owners that needed more improvement, and then territory-based or regional-based support. After being with that company for 7 years, I wanted to try something a little bit different and apply my skills in a different way. So I entered into franchise development about 3 years ago, first working with a medical staffing franchise and now being with Blue Moon for almost 2 years now.
Wow, that is exciting. So what drew you to estate sales and what is it that makes Blue Moon estate sales that unique in the marketplace for you and your background?
I think being a service-based franchise, number one, resonated with me. That's something that I've been doing this entire time in this industry, but also helping people during those sensitive transitions. Every aspect I've done in franchising is really helping a sensitive audience that really needs that direct support. And Blue Moon Estate Sales definitely is a brand that does that.
Wow. So service and helping others, that's what I hear resounding in your
Absolutely.
passion and what serves your purpose. So that's awesome to hear.
Absolutely.
What does your typical day look like?
I work with franchise candidates looking to understand this franchise opportunity further. So I meet with folks to help them to understand overall operations of the business, helping them navigate what's called a franchise disclosure document and all the nitty gritty details from like the initial investment, ongoing expenses, the training, the marketing support that Blue Moon provides. I also help connect them to franchise owners so they can really understand in real life what owners are doing to be successful. I also work with candidates through our confirmation day, helping them to meet our executive team and really just put all pieces of the puzzle together to help them to really feel like this is a good match and they'd like to move forward with Blue Moon.
Well, it's still that helping element. So yes, if anyone's never said this to you before, thank you. That is a key element in helping others be successful, and likely why you're in this position already. So thank you so much. I just want to tell you, thank you.
Thank you.
So can I ask you, for someone that's considering joining a franchise, what are the key factors that you look for in a potential franchisee?
So franchisees with Blue Moon really need to be service-oriented individuals. They need to enjoy helping others and working directly with clients. They also need to have really strong organizational and communication skills, but also have the ability to give good attention to detail. They also need to manage teams and coordinate a lot of moving parts at the same time. I tell all of our candidates, you have to be motivated self-starters that want to build and scale business while also getting that flexibility in your schedule by being a business owner.
Building and scaling. What a fun process, right? So help me understand how it is that Blue Moon supports new franchise owners to ensure that they're successful, to ensure that they're building and scaling.
We provide all of the support every new and existing franchisee needs to be successful. It first starts with comprehensive training that goes through operations, how to price, what strategies owners need to have, how to market effectively, how to do the client consultations, how to execute the estate sales. And after that, we have really the proven and operational systems and processes that they apply to make sure every estate sale is happening consistently, efficiently, and professionally. And then in addition to that, we have a dedicated corporate team. So we have a franchise business coach that really focuses on performance and optimization of their business. We provide them marketing tools. We have templates for everything. We have lead generation strategies, and we have all the technology platforms for scheduling, inventory tracking, reporting, the POS system for the register at the sales. So truly everything that Blue Moon offers through a national, truly everything that Blue Moon offers through a national brand with that
Yeah.
local area marketing support is really going to help the franchisee to be successful.
Wonderful. Wow. So, can you tell me a story about a success of a franchisee who really embodies the brand's vision? It Blue Moon Estate Sales vision.
Absolutely. So we have a franchisee that really started from the ground up. And when I mean that, she was from a different area of the country, moved to a completely different state, had no friends, no family, and really was on her own trying to build something from scratch. Now, of course, we were there to support and train her and guide her, but she took those tools and she went out into the community and didn't let not having organic connections already hold her back. She used it as a motivating factor. She got out in her community and she networked with every realtor and senior care facility and funeral home and probate attorney and financial advisor and every networking group ever out there to really get as many referrals as she could so she could help as many families as possible post the estate sales, either when they were downsizing or maybe, grandma or grandpa moved in with the family and they needed to, get rid of the house, or maybe grandma went to the senior care facility, or even maybe grandma passed away. So she was really able to get into her community and touch a lot of families very quickly, but also built a very consistent referral source base. So she's also helping those referral sources to service their clients as well. And in only about 2.5 years, she became number one performer for Blue
Wow.
Moon. So I'm
Wow.
excited that we can celebrate her and again, really speak her story that anybody that works hard and really is motivated to help others, but also focus on really growing a strong business can absolutely be successful.
Wow. That is so encouraging and so insightful. Thank you so much. So, what are the biggest challenges that you see in franchise development today?
I think number one, people don't really know what a franchise is most of the time. So I think I'm learning just what the franchise community offers when you come into a brand and you learn about the support that's provided. I
Mhm.
also think making sure people understand there's a financial component to the business. Of course, there's going to be some type of initial investment to get started and helping them to understand what they are able to invest into versus what any business is requiring, to get started. And I
Yeah.
again, the time actually is the last thing that people need to be aware of. There are many different types of franchise models out there, from owner operator, semi absentee, and passive. And really understanding what an individual can commit to their business will really direct them to the right franchise path for them.
Yeah. That's really exciting. So I asked the question about today, and I'm curious then, what do you see as the future of franchising, like shaping and adapting to the changes that we're all seeing?
Oh, yes. I think a lot of folks out there, number one, are struggling to find work right now. It's a
Okay.
very challenging time in the US. And because of that, it forces people to really step back and decide, what am I going to do with my personal situation? Do I continue to look for work and maybe take a position where I'm not happy, I don't feel fulfilled, I'm not meeting my financial goals? Or do I try to take this into my own hands and really put that time and effort into myself by really building a business that aligns with my interests and my skill sets, and also build something not just for this year or for next year, but to build something for the long term where they can keep it for themselves, they can pass it down to a family member, or they can sell that business and reap the benefits when they're ready to retire, or maybe re-retire in the future.
Oh my goodness, that is such great advice for anybody looking towards the future, because none of us have that crystal ball, but like having somebody like you who's well versed in your industry and helping others, taking your advice can really help us see into the future. So thank you for giving us that looking glass. What
Absolutely.
advice would you give someone thinking about investing in a franchise?
I think number one is taking a step back and looking at your personal financials and saying, what do you have available to you today? Based on having that understanding, then researching different financing avenues. There are things like an SBA loan, unsecured term loan, a HELOC, a ROBS, looking into those further, and then
Mhm.
speaking with financing representatives that are truly experts in what these options are, and then explaining to you exactly what your personal path offers based on what they can qualify you for. And then knowing what those, I'll say, pre approval amounts are, it will help you in navigating these conversations with franchise brands. So, do I have X or Y or Z dollar amount? And does that align with what's truly required, not just to open the business, but to operate the business, not just for the first month, but 6 months, 12 months as you're building that foundation, then you can really set yourself up for success and have a strong foundation to grow from once you really have that established business in place.
Yeah. Well, you have just educated me so well. Thank you so much. Now I want to join in on this. So
Perfect.
I'm
I
just
love that.
curious. I'm curious if listeners want to get in touch with Blue Moon Estate Sales, if they want to learn more about the franchise opportunities, how would they do that?
Fastest way is go to bluemoonestatesales.com/franchising. You can fill out a form on there and you can put your information. We'll contact you directly. I can also share my email address if you'd like, and we can always communicate that way.
Okay, wonderful. Well, before we wrap up, Jennifer, I have a question. What's one book, podcast, series maybe that you would suggest to aspiring franchisees to maybe start listening to before or to start reading before they reach out?
I have a book right here that was recommended to me by a franchise consultant who has been very successful with navigating their candidates. And it's this one right here. It's called Exactly What to Say. These are really great phrases when working with any customer or client to really help them to be open to speaking with you, wanting to learn more, and seal the deal so you can execute with them effectively.
Oh, what a great suggestion. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Well, it was such a pleasure having you here on the Franchise Legends podcast. It's such a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to connecting with you, maybe not in 1 degree weather in Chicago,
Oh,
but again, at least at some point.
absolutely, Della. Thank you so much for having me today. It's been great chatting with you, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about Blue Moon Estate Sales.
Thank you, Jennifer.